Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Chambers. I am here with your week 15 STEAM assignment. So this says we're going to watch the whole video so that we know what we're doing. This is another unplugged coding assignment. Last week we followed the code, and this week we're going to actually write the code. So you got to make sure you watch the entire video first so you know what to do. This assignment's going to be due by 12:20. You're going to make sure that when you finish the assignment, you click this purple turn-in key here. Some grades might have a different color here. It might not be purple. It might be blue, and that's fine. Whatever color it is, you're going to click that button. If you have problems or questions, you're going to email me. Here's my email address. Remember, if you leave me a private comment here, I don't always see them quickly. I see an email much quicker, so that's where you want to get a hold of me at. All right, so we're going to click open this assignment here. All right, so this says unplugged coding, building a snowman. So this is some important vocabulary words that I feel like you need to know when we're doing these activities so you kind of have an idea of what we are doing. All right, so the first one is code. Code is the language that a computer understands and it tells the computer what to do. The workspace is the area on the site where you drag and drop commands to build your program. You're going to see more of that on the next page because when I show you the example, I'll talk about your workspace. An algorithm is the list of steps to finish a task. Run or go causes the computer to do the commands that you've written. A programmer is someone who writes the code, also sometimes called a coder. A program is the algorithm or the list of steps to finish a task that has been coded into something that can be run by a machine. A bug is a mistake in the program. This week, we're not going to have any bugs, but eventually we might. A loop is doing something over and over again. Again, this week, you won't have any loops, but at some point you might. And the action is you're going to complete the task or collect the item. And that we are going to talk about again on the next slide here. All right, so this is what your assignment looks like. So this is the coding mats, okay? And you are going to use the arrows to create an algorithm to make a snowman. Record your directions below in the workspace. You can only move one space at a time. So this down here is where we are going to put our code for collecting all of these items. We're going to start here. We're going to finish here. Okay, so these arrows here and this do the action are all click and drag. You're going to click and drag those down here into the workspace as we move through here. Now, again, like I did last week, I'm going to make myself a little dot, and I do that by clicking on shapes, and I click here on the little dot, and I just draw a little dot, and I'm going to make it a color so it shows up nice and bright. Let's see. How about this blue? We'll do. Okay. So I'm going to start on start. You don't have to put this little dot here. You can certainly do it by just moving your finger along. That's completely fine with me. I like to do that as this little dot thing, especially when I'm showing you what I'm doing, because I feel like when you're watching this on your screen, it's much easier to follow along if I have that little dot there. All right. So I'm going to move my dot up here, but I'm going to put my commands down here in my workspace. This is the workspace, and I'm getting ready to write my algorithm or my list of instructions to get me from my blank snowman up here to my completed snowman down here. And I'm not going to do this entire thing. I'm just going to do a couple of these to get you started. And then you guys are going to actually do the work for this. All right, so I know I'm going to start here, and I know my goal is to get my dot to move to all of these different things. Okay, so first of all, I want to get these buttons for my snowman. So I know I have to move my dot down. So I'm going to go down 1. So I got to put that in my workspace. I just clicked on the arrow and drug it down and then clicked where it was white to get rid of the boxes. So that's my down step. Now I'm going to move to the right one. I'm going to go up here and get my arrow, click and drag it down, drop it off in my box here. My mouse is going a little crazy. There we go. Click where it's white, got rid of my blue boxes. All right, now I'm actually in the spot where I need to collect those items for my snowman. However, I have to actually tell the code to collect them, not just to land on them. So my down arrow here got my dot to move down, and my orange go right arrow got my dot to move here. Now I need something to tell that dot to do the action. So that's going to be a star. So I'm going to click on a star, and I'm going to drag it over and drop it off in box 3. I'm going to click where it's white. So now I have collected my buttons, okay? I don't have to do anything really with them. I'm just going to leave them there. They're just going to stay there. But I know I already have the buttons because that star is there, and that would tell me to collect them. My next step, I need to get this scarf. So I'm going to tell my dot to move to the right one. I'm going to get an arrow and pull it down here. I'm going to tell my dot to go down 1. So I'm going to grab a purple arrow and drag it over here. Now I'm to the scarf. I want the scarf for my snowman. So I got to tell my program, my code, I got to code it to collect up my scarf. There we go. So now this is where I'm going to stop and let you guys try to finish. Now I know I'm going to need this space. So I'm going to probably give some kind of direction that makes my blue dot go down, then makes my blue dot go to the right, then makes my blue dot collect that face, okay? So I would drag, click and drop, drag and drop the arrows for what I just said, which was down to the left and collect. Okay, so that's where I'm going to stop. And then you guys are going to finish. You got to tell the directions to get the sticks for the arms, to get the hat, to get the nose, and then to get to the end. Okay, when you get to the end, I would say that you're going to want to put a star down here in your workspace to show that it's the end and that you're actually going to build that snowman. I mean, you won't literally build the snowman. It's just kind of you're telling the program to put everything together to build the snowman. Okay? If you have any problems or questions, you are going to either email me, or if you are working on this during your class's STEAM time, you are going to get on your Google Meet. You can do that by going in on this page, your home page of your STEAM Google Classroom, and click on the Google Meet. When you do that, if it is during your class time, which your class times are listed right here on your stream page of your Google Classroom, if you're working on this assignment and you need help and it is during these times, you can hop right on this Meet and I'll be on there. If it's after these times, you're going to have to email me. And then if you need to, we can set up a Google Meet. But otherwise, if you're doing it during STEAM time, during your class time, hop on this Google Meet and I can help you out. All right, so that will be what you will do when you get your assignment. You won't have any of this filled in. You're going to have to fill all that in yourself. I do think I'm going to put a blue dot on your assignment, though, like right here, so that everybody has that when they want, if they want it use it to move through this like game board part. You do not have to use the blue dot. I personally think it's easier, but you don't have to. And that's basically it. Once you finish, you're going to come back into that assignment, and you're gonna, I can't get to it. And you're gonna click turn in. There we go. Sorry, guys. You're gonna click turn in. And again, if you have any problems or questions, email me. If it's during your class time, you can hop on Meet for live help. And I hope you have a great week.